From Nashville, it's Conversations with Burt Reynolds. With special guest stars Tammy Wynette, Gayle, Jody Messina, and Sara Evans.
No, there's only one.
Primetime access, that's called. Now,
I did that.
Do you remember the first song you sang?
Yeah, Sweet Dreams, Patsy Cline's song. Mm-hmm.
I'll be darned.
Yep. Yeah, gosh, it was a long time ago. But I was pregnant with Tina, and they wouldn't show me except from here up. They wouldn't.
You and Elvis.
Oh, me and Elvis, yeah.
But you sang Sweet Dreams, and then they'd pan down. and you were there on that show for a year?
About a year, yeah. And then he told me one day, he said, you don't belong here, you belong in Nashville.
Did he? Now, you remember the first song you sang you got paid for?
Oh, well, my uncles would pay me to sing. I get a quarter. Oh, you mean professionally?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
let me... Actually, the first song that I sang, probably professionally, would be Shake Me, I Rattle, Squeeze Me, I Cry, Please Take Me Home and Love Me. I love that song.
And where was that at?
That would have been in Indiana, where I grew up. And, you know, my brothers had bands, so they'd let me, you know, I wasn't supposed to go in the clubs, but I could go in the clubs. And then sometimes we'd play little operas. So
Do you remember where the first time you got paid? Where?
Stand By Your Man.
Oh, we should wonderful.
That was the first, and I used to do it because I used to be able to scream. If I gave me permission, like, to yell as loud as I could.
Are you trying to say that Tammy's loud too? I mean,
well, she gets up there on that song. That is quite a rangy song.
It's a tough song.
To get that last time through, you got to take a deep breath and hold on.
Now, and where was this at?
It was at a talent night. I had gone home. So there was a man that asked me if I wanted to get up and sing with his band. And I went home, and I swear I learned every country song there was. I had like 4 Dolly Parton tapes, and I learned every song on there. I learned every Loretta Lynn song, every Tammy Wynette song, every Patsy Cline song. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do this.
Night,
figuring, I sang all day. That day I didn't have a voice. By the time it was time to go sing, I get up there, and I was going through my lists, and they're like, how about a standard? Well, golly, that's a standard. I mean, everybody sings that song. Mm-hmm. And so I said, Stand By Your Man, Tammy Wynette. And they said, what key? And I said, G. Let's go.
That's wonderful. She came on my bus.
I did.
Just a few months ago, wasn't it?
It was a deep
And this was so funny. She came on the bus, and she was so giggly and so happy and having so much fun. And she sat down, and
She's Italian.
She sat down and she said, oh, is this not fun? I thought, this is 31 years for me, and it's not exactly been fun today.
Oh, I'm 2 years into it going, yeah.
But yeah, she was just, oh, isn't this fun? And I thought, yeah, it's work. It's work, Jody.
Do you know how many movies that song has been sung? I mean, great movies. Because it represents a period of time that was in our history, and also it represented a whole kind of culture. Stand By Your Man, I would say, has been in 20 big movies. And you get paid over $30 every time you play.
Yeah, I do. I do, finally. The one time that I remember it being in a movie was 5 Easy Pieces.
I love Jack, you know. Jack's he walks to a different drummer, but I love Jack. and that song still does mean so much to him, because that was his favorite picture, you know.
He was so neat. He told me, he said, I'm not making fun of that song. I love that song.
Well, you're darn right.
The only time I had ever, you know, seen him, because I don't know him.
When Stand By Your Man came out, was that Billy Sherrill? Mm-hmm. Did he know right then this is a monster?
No, I don't think so, because usually in a recording session, we would try to get 3 songs in,
Yeah.
you know, in one session, in a 3 or 4 hour session. And we had recorded 2 that day. And we didn't have anything else that we really wanted to record. And Billy said, well, I'm going to give the musicians a break. Let's go upstairs to the office. And we just recorded downstairs in the old Quincy hut. So we went upstairs to Billy's office, and we wrote Stand By Your Man in 20 minutes. And, I mean, it was just, I thought it was absolute nothing. I cried. I didn't want to do it. I did. I actually did. Because I'd been used to doing, I don't want to play house, and kids say the darndest things, and D-I-V-O-R-C-E, the kid type things, you know. And this was so far away from that, and I hated that high note. I told him, I said, that sounds, absolutely sounds like a pig squealing. I just hate it. And I think of that now. That's I did. I just hated it. I begged him not to put it out. I pleaded. But thank God he put it out anyway.
Well, you know your music, though.
Oh, yes, I do. I'm really good. I know what's happening.
This is what I love.
Stand by your man. Y'all sing with me. And she'll give him 2 arms to cling to. Something warm to come to when nights are cold and lonely. Stand by your man and show the world you love him. Keep giving all the love you can.
Sing out, Louise.
Stand by your man. Your man. Stand by your man. Your man.
Here at Post Cereals, it's getting a little chilly.
Winter's coming.
And we've got a lot of work to do.
I'm breaking out the coats.
I got the snow tires.
And we're putting our favorite recipe on every box of grape nuts.
Grape nuts hot.
Just add milk and a minute in the microwave, and you've got a hot cereal that's no bowl of oatmeal. It's got a little grape nuts crunch and all those carbs for the energy we could all use this winter.
Because when it's cold, there's nothing like a hot breakfast.
Try a bowl of grape nuts hot.
It's hot.
See how good you feel.
Keep warm out there.
Hope you get everything you want this Christmas, including the Wrangler Cowboy Christmas tape. Free when you buy Wrangler Western wear.
It was the first time I had seen this play, and I just had to know.
Romeo, dost thou love me?
Does that love come with a lifetime guarantee?
Lifetime guarantee? What do you think this is? That new GM Good Wrench Service Plus?
I got a lifetime guarantee on parts and labor, plus upfront pricing, plus courtesy transportation. New GM Good Wrench Service Plus.
The plus means better.
Call for the select GM dealer near you.
I have this huge dent, but my owner can't always get to him, you know, right away to get him fixed, but I think she tries to make up for it. She gives me Chevron Supreme with Techron because I'm a car designed for high-octane gas.
Chevron Supreme with Techron.
Finally, great popcorn from your microwave. Presto Power Pop Microwave Multi-Popper. Pops virtually every kernel. Pop with oil, pop without oil. Nothing pops like Power Pop. That's why it's endorsed by Orville Redenbacher. From Presto.
Oh boy, this is my favorite scene. Ooh, scary. There she is. Get her, get her. Hey, keep it down. Excuse me, it's very difficult to enjoy a movie when you're talking and shushing at me.
All the characters from the new movie Anastasia are now at Burger King. One cool toy just $2.59 with any value meal purchase. Your kids can collect all 4.
This book always gets me. Oh. Oh.
We're back. Do you remember the first song you sang?
Yeah, I think the first song I ever sang was Behind Closed Doors. And,
Yeah, it was either that or Delta Dawn, because I used to sing those all the time on the school bus, because my mom has driven a school bus since I was born.
But you weren't paid on the school bus.
No, I was tormented by the high school kids. But actually, I started singing in a bluegrass band with my brothers when I was 4. And I played mandolin. And
when you were 4?
Yep.
And you played an instrument at 4?
I learned how to play the mandolin at 4, and from like 4, 5, and 6, we did just bluegrass festivals all over the state of Missouri. And so I'm sure I got paid. My mother used to say that every time I got paid for a show, I would lose the money in like 5 minutes, you know, because they would hand me like $20 or $40, and I would lose it.
4. I mean, how much could they pay you?
How much can they expect out of me?
Yeah.
I was 4.
How much can you put in your diaper? And your daddy?
Well, my mother and stepdad are tobacco farmers, and my real dad is a salesman.
Uh-huh. So I guess he'll be coughing up some bread here pretty soon.
I guess.
You know what's amazing? I mean, really amazing, are these cigar clubs. They're going up everywhere. You know, have you seen, you know?
Oh, yeah, and Jackie's husband told me to tell you when we came out here, he's the manager at Christine's, which was backstage where we used to go, and he said tell you he had all kinds of cigars.
Well, I have to confess, I do love this cigar. I don't inhale. Isn't that what the president said? Yeah. And so...
But you don't inhale cigars, do you?
No. I forget sometimes. But
if you do, I want to see.
Will that impress you? Because I will if it does. So you grew up, your father was in the tobacco business.
They still raise tobacco. And I'm the 3rd oldest of 7 kids, and there's mostly girls, 5 girls and 2 boys. And so all of us girls had to work in the tobacco patch.
You mean you had to pick tobacco?
Oh, God, everything. My 2 youngest sisters are 8 and 11, and they still...
Wait a minute. Now, see, we're outpouring each other here. We're going, pretty soon it's going to be we're going to get to Tammy's house, which was a dirt floor. She was in the coal mines. You were out there, and you were picking tobacco.
I was picking cotton.
She was picking cotton.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, truthfully, you did. How do you pick tobacco?
Oh gosh. Well, tobacco is like
it's really hard.
It's a very, very hard labor, raising tobacco, and most people raise like 10 or less acres because that's a lot of tobacco, and my parents still do like 7 acres. So it's like a year-round crop. There's something to do all year, and right now is cutting time. Well, they do tobacco different down here because I live out in Springfield in the country, and I see the trucks driving by with the tobacco hanging. They do it really, really wrong here. No, they just do it differently down here. But right now is the time when you cut it and hang it in the barn and let it dry.
So the smell is there in the barn
all the
time, isn't it?
Very much so.
Now,
I always tried to say I was allergic to it. No, nobody in my family smokes, but we encourage other people to. No.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. And now, Tammy's not kidding. You did pick cotton.
Oh, I did, yeah. Somebody told me one time that if me, Charlie Pride, and Johnny Cash had picked as much as we said we had, there wouldn't be any more left to pick. So, but I did. I picked cotton as a kid.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Sarah, in Missouri, my daddy was in the Fort Leonard Wood.
Oh, really?
And I used to wander off. Gosh, I was maybe 7 or 8, and go in those caves. You know, it's different now. I hope my son never does anything I did. But I would go off, I'd be going all day, wandering around in those caves, you know, and I wouldn't get lost, but I just thought it was wonderful. It was Huckleberry Finn time and all that, you know. And we went to a school where it was from the 1st to the 12th grade.
In one room.
In one room. Sad to top you because we're outpouring each other. Would you mind singing something for us?
Not at all. You mentioned something about the traditional country and how you can't hear very much of that on the radio, and I'm sort of on a crusade for that.
I know you are.
And so that's why this is one of my favorite songs to sing. Your cheating heart will make you weep. You'll cry and cry and try to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole night through. Your cheating heart will tell on you when tears come down like falling rain. You'll toss around and call my name. You'll walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on you. Your cheating heart is gonna tell on you.
Can I tell you something? I really mean this. I've heard that song a few times. I didn't think I could ever hear it and not have it sound like it didn't belong to a tall, skinny guy in a hat. You just made it your own.
Yeah, she sure did.
You made it your own.
Beautiful.
It was beautiful.
What a voice.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
I'll have to change my mind. I may not be the loudest.
Okay, we'll be right back after this minute.
Video games don't just blast through your batteries.
More batteries!
They blast through your money. That's why you should arm yours with new Rayovac Maximum Alkaline. They pack the same long-lasting power, but cost less, so you can buy more games.
How about a little one-on-one?
Uh-oh.
Get the Maximum. New Rayovac Maximum.
Oh, boy. Honey, look. They're showing that Boston Market commercial again.
The one for the double marinated chicken?
Yeah, look how plump and moist it is.
Oh, they're doing the dip.
Oh, we love the dip.
Oh, I love the macaroni and cheese.
I have got to get me some of that.
Wait, here's the announcer.
Come into Boston Market right now and get a chicken individual meal starting at just $4.49. And remember to place your holiday order today. The food's always better at the market. Boston Market.
Now I'm hungry.
Oh, man, just a sandwich? I almost left my soup on the bus.
Nothing turns an ordinary sandwich into a satisfying meal, like the taste of rich, wholesome Campbell's soup.
Hey, is that my soup?
No, your mother gave you chicken noodle soup.
Oh.
My mother gave me tomato.
Hey, here we go again.
Campbell's makes everything.
Count the reasons you need a Presto Fry Daddy deep fryer. Perfect frying temperature, cups of oil, not quarts, non-stick finish inside and out. Store oil to use again. Handy scoop, not a messy basket, and the food delicious. Presto deep fryers.
Ricola, the original all-natural herb cough drop imported from Switzerland. Now available in Echinacea orange spice and Echinacea honey lemon.
It's a TNN Country Christmas all next month.
Who's coming to your house?
Mark Miller hosts a month of country stars and Christmas specials.
It's a good mix.
Brian White and Eddie Arnold. Ann Murray and Leanne Rimes.
A festive crowd.
Pam Tillis, Riders in the Sky. Marty Stewart and Sawyer Brown.
I know them.
Alan Jackson and Willie Nelson. Martina McBride and Minnie Pearl. Spend the holidays with TNN. It's a TNN Country Christmas all next month. You're always welcome at America's Country Home.
I can hear the rain, it's falling softly. As I watch him.
I hadn't met Tammy, but when I did, I fell in like in about 15 minutes. But somebody was just asking me about you, and I said, all the years I've known you, and we won't tell them how many, I've never heard you say an unkind word about anybody. Do you know that?
Yeah, no, but I'm glad. I'm glad I haven't.
Yeah, but that's, I think that should be said. Because it ain't, it isn't. It ain't, it isn't. It isn't true about most people. And unfortunately, and especially in the world today that we live in, it's getting to be a real mean-spirited world, you know, and I hate that. And it's kind of refreshing to look and see four beautiful ladies who have smiling and sweet and nice, and so far we haven't torn up anybody, have we?
No, we haven't.
Well, let's get to some. Let's get real catty here in a minute, okay?
Come on.
Kidding.
I think we got one that will over here.
No. I'm just playing along here.
She's having fun.
Oh, I'm joking too.
What does your daddy do?
He was a football coach.
Was he?
Oh boy.
Well,
now you
by
have
golly.
a lot to talk about.
And your daddy?
My dad was coal miner.
That's just about the most famous thing in the United States. Here I am. I just look like Peter Jennings in Nashville asking Crystal Gayle, what's your daddy do? I mean, everybody in the world knows your daddy was a coal miner. When he was a coal miner, were you worried about black lung disease?
Well, you know, when I was real young, about 4, we moved to Indiana because of our dad's health. You know, because I'm sure it was a black lung.
Yeah.
But he couldn't work in the mines anymore at that time, so we moved to Indiana, and he worked in a mill then, which wasn't really any better, I don't think. But you know, we really didn't talk about the black lung, and I'm sure that was part of the reason when he died.
If I was to ask you, I know this is a good question and it's hard to do, but if I was to say to you, you had to go to a desert island, you could only take one book, one album or song, and one movie. And please, it doesn't have to be mine. In fact, I don't want it to be mine at all. What book would you take?
Gone with the Wind?
Great.
It'd take you that long to read it.
You want to think about the other and I'll go on that?
Yeah.
If you could take one book.
My Bible.
That's exactly what I was going to say. My Bible.
Your Bible?
That's pretty good. That's a good book.
The Bible?
Yeah.
It's a very good book. It's very well written. It
My
is.
movie would be Gone with the Wind.
It's brilliantly written. I would take I'd take Gone with the Wind because I've read the Bible. An album or a singer. Let's just say a singer.
Gosh. Haggard or Jones?
Haggard or Jones, okay.
I would take, like, the Patsy Cline story, that album, or a Patsy Cline greatest hits, probably.
Reba McEntire, It's Your Call. That's the name of the album.
Well, I might go a little different, and I might go to Ella Fitzgerald or Billie Holiday, something like that.
Wow.
I mean, I love to hear the voices. I mean, those voices.
They wear so well.
They do.
Will you sing something for us?
I'll sing.
What would you like to sing? Because I'm not going to mess up and tell you what I want you to sing, because I don't know what it is.
Well, you know, maybe he might know it since that's my guitar player. That's why he didn't know.
Oh, well then...
He might know.
Then you actually may know.
You may, yeah, I might know one, you know.
Make your brown eyes blue?
Well, you know, my eyes used to be brown before that song.
Mine are, and they'll turn blue before you finish the song.
Okay. Okay, get an intro there.
See, Richie? Bring your guitar player, you get an intro.
Don't know when I've been so blue. Don't know what's come on. You found someone new and gonna make my brown eyes blue. I'll be fine when you're gone. I'll just cry all night long. Say it isn't true, and gonna make my brown eyes blue. Don't know when I've been so blue. Don't know what's come on. You found someone new and gonna make my brown eyes blue. I'll be fine when you're gone. I'll just cry all night long. Say it isn't true, and gonna make my brown eyes blue.
You ain't lost a step, girl.
We're gonna do different.
You ain't lost a step. Oh, man. That's pretty.
Pretty, pretty.
Pretty, pretty, pretty.
Very. That song actually was written, the writer Richard Lee, he had a cat that had one brown eye and one blue eye. So that's where he really came up with that idea. You know, just looked at it, a dog, that's a cat. Cat's on my mind. I'm an attack cat at home, so a cat's always on my mind. I had to look out for him.
You know, usually when a dog has a brown eye and a blue eye, these are other things you will learn. So here, he's deaf.
Yeah. That's you had a Dalmatian.
Yes.
That was
really?
deaf.
Wow.
It's definitely true in Dalmatians when they have a blue eye and a brown eye. They're deaf. So you could have, that would have been an integral part of the subtext of the song.
Yeah.
But make your brown eyes blue. Can't hear anything.
That's true.
I'm slow.
No. A movie.
Probably, is it The King and I that Charlton Heston was so great in?
Ten Commandments.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I love that.
He's the only guy that looks good in the sheet.
He did. Holding up the...
Yeah.
Yeah. That's...
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
My movie would be Gone with the Wind or Fried Green Tomatoes. One or the other.
Or
Fried Green Tomatoes.
well, there's a jump, isn't there?
I'm glad she said that, because that was when she was like 12, 10, 12, or whatever. She loved that.
Have you seen it?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I just somehow
Gone
with the wind and
Fried Green Tomatoes.
It doesn't play in a double
They're
bill.
both
I
girl
don't know.
movies.
girl movie.
Mine would be my favorite movie, which is not as educated, I guess, as Gone with the Wind, but my favorite movie of all time is Steel Magnolias.
Yeah, that's one of mine,
Oh, man. That is the only movie where you laughter through tears. they say.
It's toss up for me, I guess. I love Sound of Music.
That's great.
That was, you sent me that, and you sent me Gone with the Wind 15 years ago for the kids for Christmas.
Yeah.
Of course, Comano's daughter, you know. If I'm all alone on an island, I can look back and, you know, see what it was like.
There you go. Oh, it's like bringing the family with you.
Are you the baby that she's singing in the Pines to?
Well, actually, if you count the kids, I'm number 8. There was only 7 in
the movie. Oh, okay.
So
who
I
was she
wasn't
holding?
It would have been my sister Betty. There's
okay.
4 girls and 4 boys. So it's a great movie.
It was a great movie.
It was
It's
a
a
great
wonderful movie.
And
Yeah, she did. Oh, God.
everybody in it was wonderful.
She was.
Everybody
was just incredible.
She was incredible. She,
Well, she's a wonderful actress. I thought the gal that played Patsy Cline was.
Oh, gosh, I did too. Oh,
Both
gosh.
of those movies
Jessica Lange.
Just so right.
And Tommy Lee Jones wasn't chopped liver.
Oh, no, he was great.
We'll be right back after this message.
One-minute Maalox.
In hospitals, speed counts. Fast-acting medicines, doctors rely on them. So when patients get heartburn, they get 1-minute Maalox, not Pepsid AC. Clinical studies prove Maalox starts to work on stomach acid in about 1 minute, while Pepsid AC could take over 45 minutes. Here, that's an eternity. 1-minute Maalox. Hospitals turn to it first. Shouldn't you?
For heartburn and acid indigestion, do what hospitals do. Count on 1-minute Maalox.
Stay Free has reinvented the MaxiPad.
Now superior leak protection. How? Stay Free has a remarkable new system of protection called 4-wall protection. 4 walls. Superior protection against leaks. Not only side to side, but front to back as well. And 4-wall protection guards against twisting and bunching.
Tap.
Their mission, to give sports fans a prime-time alternative to sitcoms and messy hospital dramas.
Brought to you locally by McGraw Oldsmobile Jeep Eagle.
You said something about Travis Tritt.
Yes.
And I have to say, he is fabulous. I'm touring with him right now. And so I go out. He used to sing a song, or he still does. It's his 3rd song in his set, in case you're going to the show. He sings a song called I'm Gonna Be Somebody Someday. And I remember being 14 years old, that actually came out to radio. And I used to crank it up as loud as I could and just sing it at the top of my lungs in my car. I'm gonna be somebody someday.
He said, Joe D just really made me so mad because...
Oh, no. Because I was 14.
She goes, yeah, I used to listen to your song when I was 14. He was like, oh, that makes me feel so old.
Well, I mean, it was very influential, I guess.
That's a good
It was one of my favorite songs, and I listened to it, you know, all when I was a kid and all the way down to Nashville, too.
But you're touring with him. I mean, it's wonderful that the person that you...
I was really excited to tell him that. He wasn't as... He's like, how old? And I'm like, no, the song is the focus here.
Well, I had Dan Marino, you know, who, the quarterback for the Dolphins, and I said, did you like The Longest Yard? You know, it was a movie I was in. He said, I wasn't old enough to see it. Because of the words that were in the picture. And I said, well, when they have that ISO camera on you, you say words that I've never even pronounced. And I resent that. And his father was there, and he said, no, it's true. I didn't let him go. He wasn't old enough. Made me feel real good. And also what's nice is when you go in the record store and the TV store, and you say, I was just looking, my son wanted to show him The Longest Yard, because when he's in high school, I'll be on a walker. See, so I wanted to see when I was young and vital. And I said, have you got The Longest Yards? And they said, yeah, that's in the nostalgia section. I'm in the nostalgia section. I don't like that at all. I'll soon be on the American movie classics.
Yeah. Oh, your movies are great. All of them.
Yes, they are. All of them are.
Oh, man, left my soup on the bus.
Nothing turns an ordinary sandwich into a satisfying meal like the taste of rich, wholesome Campbell's soup.
Hey, not my soup.
No, your mother gave you chicken noodle soup.
Oh.
My mother gave me tomato.
Hey, here we go again.
Campbell's makes everything.
Here at Post Cereals, it's getting a little chilly. Winter's coming, and we've got a lot of work to do.
I'm breaking out the coats.
I got the snow tires, and we're putting our favorite recipe on every box of grape nuts.
Grape nuts hot.
Just add milk and a minute in the microwave, and you've got a hot cereal that's no bowl of oatmeal. It's got a little grape nuts crunch and all those carbs for the energy we could all use this winter.
Because when it's cold, there's nothing like a hot breakfast.
Try a bowl of grape nuts hot.
It's hot.
See how good you feel. Keep warm out there.
Okay, we've got chocolate chip with walnut, chocolate chunk, white chocolate chunk.
Pillsbury's got chocolatey cookies for everyone. Hot and fresh in 15 minutes.
Of course, chocolate chip.
What was that first one again?
No matter how pure a soap claims to be, it will dry out your skin. Dove is not a soap. In fact, its moisturizing lotion leaves you feeling softer, smoother, more like you.
How about some cheese for your pizza? Or perfect salad shooter hash browns for breakfast? Vegetables sliced or shredded? And nothing tops a salad like Slicer Shredder from Presto.
A truly luscious dip begins with Hidden Valley Dip Mix. Simply fold into fresh sour cream. Add savory cheddar and crisp bacon.
They're here. Is this t-shirt okay?
Hidden Valley Dips. Homemade, made easy.
A scrubber sponge is a scrubber sponge.
We asked these women to compare the SOS scrubber sponge to their scrubber sponge.
Oh, it's a different shape. It is thicker. This point here where your finger is cleaning those little corners of a glass.
The SOS scrubber sponge.
You believe it when you hold it.
Next on Dallas.
I am really confused.
I love you, and you're scaring me to death.
Clayton's memory just ain't what it used to be, whereas JR remembers all too well.
I don't believe it, Dallas.
Weekdays, TNN.
You know what makes me mad? I mean, it makes me so mad is that, and I hear this all the time from young singers, that the people that influence them most, they can't hear on the radio. They have to go pay the $72 for the box set of Merle Haggard or Tammy Wynette or whoever, and there's something wrong. There's something wrong with the system.
Well, they're just, I didn't know age had anything to do with talent, you know, and there's people
It doesn't have anything to do with talent. As a matter of fact, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're not old enough to sing the blues till you're 70 because you haven't had enough of a life. You've got no right to be complaining, you know? One of the biggest laughs I ever got one time was at a big society event, thing, and Wayne Newton got up and sang the blues, and I said, well, there's nothing more touching than a rich white guy singing the blues. I mean, you know, but you have to have lived. You have to have done some things and been through some things, and
I think it's going to be tough for Leanne Rimes to find an awful lot of material right now that she can do because of being young. I mean, she can sing anything. She's got a wonderful voice. But, you know, Blue is a cute little song. But, you know, she can't sing love songs and things like that because she's never been in love and been hurt and had experienced things like that. You know, she's, what, 14?
I think she just turned 15. And also with the dress and everything, making sure it's not over the line, because that's something that I think would bother me more, is just, you know, not to try to go up too fast.
Yeah.
I remember when, and I felt so good the other night when Brenda Lee.
Oh, I know.
I thought it was one of the best speeches of the night. I've always been crazy about Brenda. But I remember she used to sing them songs that were, you know, she was 14, breaking hearts and breaking this and doing that, and talking about loud. Woof.
I really do that. I really scream, so bear with me here.
Hey, I'm awfully loud, so don't worry about it. That's good.
Wish me luck. Baby, what do you say we just get lost? Leave this one-horse town like two rebels without a cause. I've got people in Boston, ain't your daddy still in Des Moines? We can pack up tomorrow, tonight let's flip a coin. Oh, heads Carolina, tails California, somewhere greener, somewhere warmer, up in the mountains, down by the ocean, where it don't matter, long as we're going somewhere together. I've got a quarter, heads Carolina, tails California. I think really maybe that.
Are you kidding me?
Having a little party tonight, so I'm getting everything ready. I plan to serve Hillshire Farm Little Smokies. Delectable little morsels. Everyone I know loves them. Great for parties, great anytime. A little barbecue sauce, and it's snack time. Perfect. They're gonna love these. I better get busy. We're gonna go through a lot of toothpicks.
Little Smokies, the perfect little snack from Hillshire Farm.
Maalox tablets.
Eat and run. The story of my life. And so's heartburn. Good thing I've got Maalox tablets. They work like my liquid antacid. They relieve fast.
When you can't get your liquid antacid, there's only one tablet with the same fast-acting ingredients. Maalox chewable tablets, not Tums or Rolaids. So when you need fast relief, remember the speed of Maalox tablets.
Thanks, Maalox. Just in time.
For heartburn or acid indigestion, count on the fast relief of Maalox tablets.
Stay Free has reinvented the Maxi Pad.
Now superior leak protection.
How? Stay Free has a remarkable new system of protection called four-wall protection. 4 walls, superior protection against leaks. Not only side to side, but front to back as well. And 4-wall protection guards against twisting and bunching to help further prevent leaks. New 4-wall protection from Stay Free. Superior protection against leaks.
When my son David has a cold, he's powerless. So when he's all congested, I know what does the trick. Robitussin Cold. It has the power to make even the worst cold symptoms. Well, you know.
Robitussin Cold, recommended by Dr. Mom, Copperfield.
This holiday, don't just decorate your tree, bake it. Pillsbury holiday cookies have a Christmas tree shape inside. Just slice them, bake them, and eat them. For a cookie that tastes
Tremendous.
Oh boy, this is my favorite scene. Ooh, scary. There she is. Get her, get her.
Hey, keep it down.
Excuse me, it's very difficult to enjoy a movie when you're talking and shushing at me.
All the characters from the new movie Anastasia are now at Burger King. One cool toy just $2.59 with any value meal purchase. Your kids can collect all 4.
This one always gets me. Oh.
You can't buy a karaoke machine without getting a whole bunch of Tammy Wynette. I think that's a great compliment.
It is a great compliment. I appreciate it.
You know, Sammy Davis, God bless him. When we were doing Cannonball with Dean Martin, well, Dean we'd all meet in my room, and there'd be 20 of us in there, and there'd be a party, but Dean would want to go to sleep at 10, and everybody would sing, and he'd say, now when the little guy get up to sing, I got to put my jammies on, so you just tell me when the little guy get up, because I got to go then, because he's singing 125 songs, because Sammy loved to sing, and I had a karaoke machine at my house. I still got it. He's on every song. He did every song. I kept it. Yeah, I kept it. Cheapest recordings of Sammy Davis that anybody ever had. I've got them all on the karaoke machine. Would you mind repeating what you just said to Tammy when we took a break? It was so sweet.
Oh, that's right. Well, I always wanted to know. I had met her in Detroit. We did a show together. And she brought me on her bus, and I was just so overwhelmed to be in that place that I didn't have a chance to, I didn't have a chance to say this, and so I figured while I was here I'd kind of sneak in and ask, what is it like to be that person that has influenced so many, and I don't mean this in an insulting way at all, so many generations and so many people with you. So many of us have grown up on your music. My dad listened to it, and I listened to it, and I don't have any children, but I'm certain that someday that they will. And just to be that constant, I mean, she is the symbol of the country genre.
That's really so sweet. I really do appreciate that very much. I hope, you know, that maybe I've influenced somebody or helped somebody somewhere, you know, because there's a funny little thing happened once to me. I went in to do a McDonald's commercial, and when I came out of the booth from recording this commercial, the guy that had written it for McDonald's was standing there, and he had a strange look on his face, and I said, "You don't seem happy. Are you not happy with the job that I did on the song?" He said, "Well, I'm a little bit disappointed." He said, "I didn't hear all those breaks in your voice." And I said, "Well, I don't control that." I said, "It controls me." But I said, "Well, I'll tell you what you can do. If you want to rewrite the jingle and put a lot of T's, a lot of H's, and a lot of P's in it, you'll hear that break in my voice." Now, why anybody...
Well, half the guy die from food poisoning.
Yes.
Because then you'll be emotional about it.
Oh, yes. Okay.
No, but it is on, it's only on certain letters.
It's on certain letters. I don't control that. It's on certain letters that I say, yeah, that the voice cracks and pops from the heart.
Now, what letters is it?
Well, there's...
the D's in there, right?
The T's, the P's, and the H's are very, very hard for me to say without...
I don't want
But anyway, I don't think any artist... No, I don't. I don't think any artist, Crystal, nobody knows why somebody likes them. You don't know what it is about you that they like, because all I know is I love to sing, and I just sing. I can sing one way, and that's it. And why somebody likes it, I don't know. I'm just thankful to heck that they do like it, you know. And I'm sure you're the same way. You don't know what it is that somebody likes about your music.
I don't think you know what they like about you. We certainly know what we like about you. I mean, and you, and now you, and soon you. That we especially from someone who cannot sing a lick and would kill to sing. Most actors all want to sing. A lot of singers want to act, and the reason is because we act to each other and never get to look in the audience. And I want to look at the audience and see them cry. It's nice to make them cry when I'm talking to Tammy, but I'd like to see it. And when they're laughing, it's such a joy to look at them when they're laughing, you know? And you get that pleasure of standing out there and looking at them and moving them and touching them in so many ways. And for actors, I guess that's probably the thing we miss the most.
Yeah, someone that said, I think it was Reba, but don't quote me. She said it's that instant, you know whether they like you or whatever. Oh, yeah. It's the instant gratification. When you finish a song, it's there, and it makes you feel good to know that you just poured your heart and soul into a song, and there are people appreciating it. Y'all have to wait for edit and
you're doing a film. You're doing a film, not on a play, of course, but I used to host the Tonight Show. I hosted it about 100 times, and you can feel an audience. You know, I mean, you can be talking about something, and I can feel they're moving away from you. They didn't care for that, and I go right. On the other hand, I always love this work. You know, I mean, I'll move it back. But you can feel an audience, and most people don't understand what you're talking about, and I know singers can, for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
I never understood why they called Sinatra the King until I saw him. Now, I'm talking 25 years ago, until I saw him in a club, and my Lord, it was something. Only Elvis, I think. I saw it handle an audience like that. We'll be right back after this message.
Oh, boy. Honey, look. They're showing that Boston Market commercial again.
The one for the double marinated chicken?
Yeah, look how plump and moist it is.
Oh, they're doing the dip.
Oh, we love the dip.
Oh, I love the macaroni and cheese.
I have got to get me some of that.
Wait, here's the announcer.
Come into Boston Market right now and get a chicken individual meal starting at just $4.49. And remember to place your holiday order today. The food's always better at the market. Boston Market.
Now I'm hungry.
Cheer asks, what are your colors worth?
Ooh, I wonder what 3 of these colorful babies will cost you. Whoa, a lot. So don't you wish there was some detergent specially made to clean colors? Oh, there is. Cheer. Now look, there's chlorine in your tap water, but Cheer neutralizes it. So it can't fade your nice bright colors. And who doesn't look good in bright colors? It's you. All color Cheer, because it's colors that count.
'Tis the season for dry, irritated, scratchy throats. Thankfully, there's Ricola, the original all-natural herb cough drop imported from Switzerland. Ah, Ricola.
Want whiter teeth in just 2 weeks? Then try Arm & Hammer Extra Whitening, the baking soda formula clinically proven to whiten teeth in 2 weeks. Arm & Hammer Extra Whitening, whiter teeth in just 2 weeks.
No matter how pure a soap claims to be, it will dry out your skin. Dove is not a soap. In fact, its moisturizing lotion leaves you feeling softer, smoother, more like you.
From a special place where chocolate is everything comes Hershey's Pot of Gold box chocolates. Almonds, caramels, and pecans nestled in beds of chocolate. Pot of Gold fine box chocolates from Hershey.
There's a young man here that he's got a band with Hank Williams Jr. And I was talking to him, and I said, well, how you doing? He said, well, we're doing good. He said, it's weird. It's very weird. He said, he looks exactly like Hank, and he's very thin, and he sings Your Cheating Heart. And I said, when? He said, well, we start right. I said, well, excuse me. I said, it's none of my business, but I don't think you should sing Your Cheating Heart first. I said, if Liza Minnelli was gonna, if I went to see her and she started out with Somewhere Over the Rainbow, I would be very unhappy. I think that if he wants to have a career, what he should do is sing 5 or 6 songs and make the audience say, sing Your Cheating Heart, and have him say, well, I'll get to it. Yeah. And then somewhere about halfway through the show say, okay, you know, I don't ordinarily do this, but I'm going to do it now. And I said, they'll tear the roof off. But you can't, you got to have a little, you got to have a little sense of where the songs belong in the act. And that's always puzzled me.
Timing is very important.
It's that old joke. You say to me, how do you tell a joke? Say, how do you tell a joke?
How do you tell a joke?
Timing. It is that, and it's that way with an act. It's that way with a show. It's the first song that you open with. Orson Welles used to say, and I think he's right, the first shot in the movie is the most important shot in the movie because it pulls you into the movie. And I think when you go see an act, I think the first song on the stage is really important.
Yeah, it is.
Because a lot of people make up their mind right there, nah, I don't think I like her. And it's
they walk out.
Yeah, well, they don't leave, but, you know, and then they may be halfway into it or whatever. And that doesn't mean you have to do your best material as a first song, but I do think that
keep them wanting to hear it, and then do
build and go on and do that.
With Hank Jr. and he puts it, not the Junior, but the Junior in the first, his daddy, and Hank Sr.'s son, anyways, from the middle one, And he does Your Cheating Heart, and he does it halfway.
He does it halfway through?
Halfway through.
See, he's older.
He's going to kill me, and I gave away his show.
He learned that. I want to thank you all for being here and letting this old guy be surrounded by 4 beautiful ladies and legends and legends to be, and 2 of the best new voices I've ever heard in my life. I mean, my God, I'm thrilled. I'm so thrilled we had you 2.
And I'm glad you're having fun, Jody.
And you know,
I'm always having fun.
Yeah, but you know what? You're very infectious, and it's wonderful to see. You have a good time. You know, people can tell. I made a dumb little movie once called Smoking the Bandit that was not a very good script.
I loved it.
We had the best time. We had the best time we've ever had in our life, and the audience knew it, and that's why it made $200 million.
The outtakes.
And boy, you just keep going back and taking them old songs and making them yours.
Okay.
And God bless everybody, and thank you for watching.